What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Survive in Java Season 2. So today we're meant to be working on the Nether farm. Well, not the Nether farm, that's an entire freaking dimension. The Nether wood farm, so the warp fungi and the crimson fungi. Wow, that is like silly loud. I don't know if that's loud for you or just loud for me. Let's test. That feels really loud. So if you can't turn that down. I don't know if that's turning it down for you, if it's just turning it down for me. Hold on, let me see if I can't tweak this. And hopefully that's not too bad for you. I'll probably see in post edit, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. I'm still tinkering with the audio. I didn't install all the audio drivers for my new headset, which is how comes everything was coming through so quietly. But now I've sorted that. But yeah, so I don't know if my sort of alterations to my recording software, where I'm lessening the sort of input sound, is going to be affected by the audio drivers I had to install for this headset. But we do have to go and get a parrot for today's episode, which is not going to be fun, because he has to remain with us for the duration of the episode, which means we are looking for seeds. Where would we have kept seeds? Here we go. Why is there redstone in here? I'm not meant to be in there. There you are. There you are. You're not. Stupid redstone. Is it daytime? It is daytime, and it's just morning time. So, because we're in a jungle, hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult to find a parrot. But saying that, I've not really seen many parrots sort of fluttering around. But we will see what we manage to come across. There's a lot of cats. And I can't really tell from my minimap what the mobs are for some reason. This is like a custom swamp area that I know Mac was working on. But why is my minimap not doing its thing? If we go settings, go to minimap, go to entity radar, display radar, smooth, display names, display icons always, on. Always. Is it going to do all of the entities? Okay. Let's see if that done anything. Well, at least we got the names so we can see what they are, seeing though the icons aren't working. It's weird that the icons aren't working though. Just seeing a lot of ocelots, which is slightly annoying. Okay, we've got a parrot somewhere over here. Where are you? I hear you. There you are. Hello, buddy. Okay. Awesome. So you're going to have to fly around with me today. The annoying thing about this is it's not going to be too bad because they do like teleport to you. But the annoying thing is that I'm not really going to be able to fly off anywhere. So yeah, but the reason that we're also staying dressed in our cowboy outfit is because we are going to be going back to the western area. And the reason that we're going back to the western area is because obviously it's tree farm. The tree farm, the one that I've designed, it's actually pretty fun designing it. It's not going to be so fun building it, but I wanted it to be completely AFK-able, which means it does. Oh, hello. I need to clear up that. It's completely AFK-able, but the reason, like, with it being so AFK-able, the amount of bone meal it goes through is going to be pretty high, like astronomically high. I kind of need this guy to come into the Nether with us, which is going to be slightly worrying. Why have I not seen our beacon beams? They should be somewhere over here. Near this scaffolding. Yeah, over here. It's weird that unless you look at the beacon beam directly, it won't actually render in. See? There we go. Okay, buddy, are you going to be able to come down with me? Come on, let's go. Okay, thank you. We're going to have to get a name tag for this dude. Just so it gives us a message in case he does actually die. But if he dies, we have to come back and get another one. It's kind of the rules. Let's call him Peter. And that stands for pain in the ass. Okay, let's go like... Where'd you go? Ah, he's on me, isn't he? There you go. Come on then, Peter. So I've got the shulkers with the resources. The bad thing about this farm is because obviously the nether trees can grow pretty freaking tall. And when they do, they sort of shoot up out of the ground, which is slightly annoying. If I have you on my shoulder, will you actually go through the portal with me? Is this something that's going to be a thing? Yes, he did. Okay. Come on. You know what? I kind of need him on my shoulder, just so he doesn't fly into the fire. So yeah, let's just keep him on our shoulder while we walk past this section, and then he can sort of teleport with us. Yeah, so we need to build it like around about 60 blocks down underneath the ground to prevent the tops of the trees shooting up past the sort of ground-ish. I forgot, I'm going to have him on my shoulder again to go through the next portal at the end. Oh my god. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to meet you over there. What are you doing? I'm going to meet you over there because it can take a little bit longer than usual in order to get down to that portal. Alright. Okay, so we're over here in the western area. We've got Peter with us. Just going to hop on my shoulder for now. Or not. He's just going to stay there. Oh, no, he's on my shoulder. So, what I'm thinking is, because we're going to have to dig it, like, underground, we're probably going to want to have a top section, like a elevator. But obviously we don't want to build another massive building just for an elevator. So I'm thinking of doing like a little outhouse, because obviously this is a western area. Outhouses were a thing back then. So a little outhouse just here next to this main tree building here. And then we can dig down to Y level 0 and dig a 30 by 30 box at the bottom there, because that's how big the area is that I'm going to need. And 60 blocks below the ground should be more than enough to stop the... whatchamacallit. First of all, let's throw you and you. Oh, he's on my shoulder again, isn't he? Usually I would have water just coming down here, but I'm afraid if I do that, he'll drown. So maybe not do that. Yeah. Okay, so let's first of all put you guys in here. Then we want to dig down to Y. Oh, dude, this is not going to be easy with this guy, is it? Dig down to 30, and then once I've dug out a 30 by 30 by 30 area, I will bring you back, because it's going to be a little while, because it's going to be deep slate, which I didn't really think all the way through, which is going to be a nuisance. Yay, and I'm also going to have to actually dig the elevator going up and down in order to get up and down a little bit quicker. Just do one of these, like so. Going to have it to be a smooth tunnel. Awesome. But yeah, catch you back in a little bit, I guess. Alright, so... this took way longer than I initially thought, because I did not take into account the deep slate. So I did end up sending up just like a triple beacon, which is like haste 2, speed 2, protection. And we've got Peter, who's down there at the moment. I've put him in a bit of a timeout because, one, I hit him with my pickaxe and he nearly died, so I need to get a healing potion for him. And two is that he mimics all the noises of the mobs around you. So I was constantly getting like the rattling of the skelly bones as well as the creeper hissing. It is highly annoying. So he's now just going to be supervising the build, because he's down to 3 HP. and if I hit him again accidentally when I'm building, I will kill him. So I've also dug out the 2 sort of elevators going in and out. I've not input the water of these yet, so we're going to have to be a little bit precarious going up here to get our resources. And let's land on here. So we can actually start building this thing now. Like, no word of lies, around about 5 or 6 hours worth of digging it, and it's just, oh my god, I keep on forgetting how bad deep slate is to mine when you have to mine a lot of it. And it's 30 by 30 by 30, so how many blocks is that roughly? My maths is not that good. So 30 by 30 by 30 is 27,000 blocks. Yay. Oh, that is not fun. Can we, like, get down here sometime today, please? We should be nearing. There we go. So we need to tear down this beacon to start off with, and then we can actually start building the thing. So what I'm going to do, we've got a schematic of the actual build, so let's first of all line it up. Load schematic, and we've got version 4. This is like 3 different versions. The first 2 blew themselves up. The third one, it wasn't pushing the logs how I wanted it to, but the 4th one, I think I managed to get it sorted. Render layers all for now. And it's got a white concrete base just because I built it in my test world. So if we bring it into here, say bring you over to there, bring you down by 1. How far over have I got? Okay, so we're alright on this side. Let's bring it over just a little bit. Let's just see how that looks. Got our 2 TNT troopers. Oh, I keep on forgetting there's not blocks there. I don't think it's over. Actually, that is like the edge of the farm on this side, because this is all bone meal storage. I think that is fine actually, once I've fallen down the beacon. Yeah, so what we're going to do is jump into time lapse of me building this thing, because it's not going to be fun me doing like random updates of just placing blocks from the schematic in place. So I'll catch you back after time lapse. So yeah, catch you back in a sec. And we are finally done with the building process. I did misjudge this side just by a block. I didn't move the schematic over enough. So I did have to dig out a 1 block gap over here in order to run the power line that actually turns the whole thing on and off. We've got our 2 TNT troopers landing on these obsidian blocks. So the process is with these is that we feed it bone meal. We've got 1 dispenser facing upwards. Where are you? Just there. Into the mycelium, or the different myceliums. What are they called again? It's going to bug me if I don't remember the name of them now. They are called, it's like Nylium and something. Where are they? It is Warp Nylium. Yeah, so it's Nylium, Crimson Nylium and Warp Nylium. So we've got 1 that's pointing up into them. And then we've got 1 that's pointing at whatever grows on this block. So when it does grow a fungus, it will then bone meal it in order to grow. When the tree grows, it will update this leaf block, which will then send a signal to push all the pistons above it. And then we've got a different clock just running to send the bottom pistons like periodically, just to clear it in case we do get like the grass type stuff that grows there instead of the actual fungus. This extra hopper is just to sort of collect the excess sort of, what is it, the roots and whatnot that actually spawn, the crimson roots and the warp roots. And then we can choose to bone meal them later on. This is just our bog standard collection system with a bunch of hoppers with iron trapdoors that are waterlogged, so that way they don't explode or break when TNT lands, because we have to have the TNT pretty low, and it was to saved the sort of height on the farm. I didn't want it being miles high. But that's it, and then we've got like 30 or 60 odd blocks above it, so hopefully the trees don't grow that high. 1 sec. Sorry about that. It was the dog's lunchtime, so he was trying to get out the room. So we've got the 2 TNT dupers. They're running off of a Evo hopper clock, which is then powered on and off by our main switch here. I filled each side with just 1 double chest of bone meal, because I've not actually had the moss farm, this giant monstrosity, the bone meal farm, running at all lately, because I've not really been in the area, and I didn't want to risk running it in case I had to leave the area in case I forgot a resource. So I'll probably run that for a little while after today's episode when I'm tidying up here, because I still need to do the water elevators, the top section, as well as sort of, I may tidy up the walls in here, but it would mean like mining another layer all the way around, which is a little bit tedious, but it may be something I do, and then I'll decorate it with the actual wood type. So that's the way it works. And then the bottom dispenser, I've got it placed underneath the block directly, so that way, because what is it you have to do? You have to bone, like if a tree grows here, sometimes this nylium will turn to just netherrack, so then you have to bone meal the netherrack in order to turn it back into nylium, which is how comes we got 2 blocks of nylium on each side. That is one of the versions that broke because it kept on turning to netherrack and I didn't have a system to fix it. So we've got just a 2 block one, and we've got 2 pistons pushing. And the reason that we've got 2 pistons pushing is so we don't just get the wood, we also get some of the actual warped blocks, like the warped wart and the crimson wart. Or the, is it just wart blocks, the crimson one? I'm fairly sure it is, because that's what it was before the Nether update. But nevertheless, hopefully our parrot's out of the blast range. And let's just see how this goes. So we've got 1 tree that's growing on this side. Why are these pistons not running? Interesting. Okay, I'm missing... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm missing 2 lots of repeaters on each side. That is my mistake. Grab you. Grab repeaters. The clock that runs the pistons underneath. I think it's this one. Here. Ah, I did not want that to go in there. So we're going to want a repeater coming off of these. I don't know how I managed to do that for both sides as well. I'm fairly sure I made that mistake in the test world as well. Where's that piece of wall gone? There you go. And here. Thank you. Let's see if that does the trick. There we go. Now we've got the pistons. And it's like 1 in every 16 things it'll grow a fungus, which was my rough estimate. Which, like, it does go through a lot of bone meal. But when a fungus does grow there, this dispenser does grow it awfully quickly. And then we'll start seeing the actual wood start making its way out. The crimson one is obviously winning this race at the moment. Oh, got another one there. I do apologise if the TNT is extremely loud. But yeah, it's not going to be the fastest farm in the world. We can possibly speed it up. If it was a manual farm, it would be fine. But because it's a completely AFK-able farm, it's not going to be instant. Why is the water not spreading to this section here? That should not be a thing. We good now? yeah. That is not supposed to be like that. So if we say break you, and then put you there for a second, do this, there we go. I'm hoping that I've got it in the right spot here, and then do that. That way all of the wood that usually comes here would usually just get pushed around either side, rather than it just getting stuck on that still bit that wasn't actually moving. Always teething problems whenever I do redstone. Okay, now let's see. And there we go. So now we're not getting any loss of that section. Threw a couple of trees there pretty quickly. Nice. So it is now all fully working, which is awesome. And this is like what I mean. It's like eventually you'll get a tree that's like freaking massive, and it will actually be going through the ceiling section. But this is a fully auto Netherwood tree farm. And it's relatively simple. It's like it doesn't take a lot of resources in order to get up. So I'm pretty happy with it, considering I designed it myself and it was only self-exploded like twice or 3 times. But yeah, I'm going to let this run for a bit, gather some wood, and then I'll tidy up the rest of it off camera and do the elevators, so that way we've got a way up and down, and then I'll bring you back once I've got that all done. Stupid trees getting taller. Alright, so fast forward a good few hours later and we have finally got some stuff done. So just on the side of this we've got our little outhouse building that's just sitting next to our main Woodbury building. And I've got little arrows on the doors saying up and down. So I've put in the elevators, they're all done, and we can hop on down here so you can see exactly what I've done. I forgot that you go down facing the wrong way. I should have really spun that around somehow. So yeah, this is the farm. I've done all the walls in just warped wood with the warped stem going up in the corners with the shroom light sort of dotted just to light up the room a little bit. My god, you're still making creeper noises. Stupid Peter. So one double chest of bone meal in each side netted us this much wood. So it is relatively good. And once we start bone mealing the warp blocks as well as this excess stuff, it won't be 100% self-sufficient. Well, it won't even be remotely 100% self-sufficient, but it will sort of feed itself. So I do need to sort out a proper sorting system. I may route this up top where our other one is. Like, how much room have we got in the other one's storage? Yeah, so we don't really need all of these to be dark oak, so I'm never going to really be harvesting that much. So if we've got dark oak logs, and then we say stem, crimson, warp stem, warped warp blocks, and then the warp blocks. And then all of this stuff can go to the end, and then whatever comes down the end can be bone milled. So that way we can utilise this sort of wood storage for other wood as well. Which is what I may do, but I'll definitely be doing that in between episodes. And I still need to put up the building around the moss farm. But yeah, that's this one done. Head on up here. Probably going to bob up at the top because the door's going to be closed. There we go. I may put a block just there, just to stop that from happening. Have we got any blocks on hand? Over here. You'll do. Do that. Just so it's a lot easier. But yeah, that's that farm done. I still need to put up the building over this thing. What I can actually do is, I'm fairly sure, if we go placement and try to find it. Where would it be? Moss? Nope. I'm not too sure what I saved it as. Wild West? Moss Farm Shell V2. And Brenda. Oh. Okay, so where are you? So obviously it's a relatively large building. We're going to F4. We can actually do this a lot easier. And we're going to need to spin it as well. Placements, configure, 2, 3. Awesome. So our entrance is there. Bring this down. And make sure that all lines up. That side's fine. It's definitely got to come over on this side a little bit. Is that right? I need to make sure that it's not cutting off the redstone. Come up by one. Stop it, Phil. I think that's roughly about right. But yeah, we're going to be going for like a big sort of red barn style build. And then it's just going to be hanging off the back on some stilts, and I still need to fill in just that little underbelly section there. But it's a relatively simple build. It's just a lot of block placing. But yeah, and then we're going to have some steps that go up into it. I could have sworn that it was lower though. I swear that this was in line with that, but maybe like this can't come over anymore, can it? And like that, we're going to be cutting off that, so I think it does actually have to be up by one. Well, that's fine. Relatively. Yeah, and then we just sort of pad out the ground a little bit and have some steps that go down into the center. I do need to put in some crafting benches underneath here and underneath here. Yeah, and then in order to sort of compact all of that, but I forgot we need to fill up the moss section first, don't we? I'm fairly sure that section is mainly full. Oh no, we were still just filling up. So yeah, while I'm working on this, I'll have the moss farm running, so that way we can sort of stock up a little bit. But nevertheless, that's probably going to be it for today's episode. Before I get carried away, I would usually go back to base and spin the wheel to see what our next project is, but I'm going to do that at the beginning of the next episode, because this one's going on for, dudes, really? Going on for nearly 30 minutes now, so I don't want to keep you any longer. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. And don't worry, I'll get Peter back to base. Bye bye.